Baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do. If you start singing that whole song, you are dead to me. Mommy shark do 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 do. Hi everybody, it's Chester, and welcome back to another Kooky craft. As you can guess by Chester singing that quite annoying song, this is no longer 2016. We do not need to hear Baby Shark for all of eternity. Aw, but it's catchy. Today, we're going to be making a shark hat. Woo! Shark hat! So this is a fun activity that you can use for any sort of fancy costume. You can design it to put it on your head or to wrap it around your waist. We're basically going to be making the dorsal fin of a shark. What's a dorsal fin? Good question. Bambi? That's a great question. The dorsal fin refers to the top fin on the shark. It's the fin we imagine popping out of the water in the scary movies. But in reality, it helps the shark's buoyancy by creating a cut movement through the water. There's a reason why ships have a shark fin-like shape to help them move forward. Arigato, Bambi. She always knows animal facts. Yeah, she's the best. So, to make our shark fin hat, you're going to need these items. Something to decorate your shark hat with. I've got my markers here today, but you can use crayons, paint. You can even get like fun sequins to glue on if you really want to. But we're just gonna work with markers for now. And a ruler to measure the pieces for our shark hat. A stapler to attach the pieces together. A pen. A pair of scissors to cut out the shapes, and some cardstock. So I've got 3 different sections of cardstock here, and that's going to turn into 3 different parts that we'll put together to make the fully formed shark hat. Woo! Now I'm sure if you're doing this for yourself or for a loved one, you're going to have a bit of a wider head. I'm designing mine for Chester here, so it's going to look a little bit smaller. So I'll go over what'll fit a human head while working on one that'll fit a Chester head. Let's do it! Okay, so step 1, we're going to use 1 piece of cardstock here, and we're going to measure from the bottom of the cardstock about 2 inches. I'll make a little mark here with my pen. I'll do it on the other end of the paper. And then I'm going to put a line right across where these marks meet. Now I'm going to do the same thing once more. I'm going to start the line at the 2-inch mark. And make a line across as well. All right, now I'm going to take my scissors and cut right along the line that I drew in pen. So I have 2 strips that I just cut out, and what I'm going to do next is staple these 2 pieces together. This is going to be the headband shape of our shark hat. Now, the pieces that I measured will fit a human head very nicely. However, Chester's head is a little bit smaller than this. So I've got one here that's smaller from the one I showed you guys that will fit around Chester's head. So I got a human-sized headband and I got a Chester-sized headband. Next, we're going to take what remains of this cardstock, and I'm going to measure about halfway across it this time. So it's about 4.5 inches. I'm going to measure right at 2.5, or 2 1/4 is a half of 4.5. Math. And then I'm going to bring a line once again all the way across and cut along that line. And we're only going to use one of these sections here. And this section is going to be the second piece of the headband that'll go around the top of the head. And that's where we'll be attaching that shark fin to stick out. Once again, because Chester has a smaller head, I made a smaller version of this second piece for him. There are estimated to be over 1,000 species of sharks, but all sharks share the same features in common. Every shark has eyes, a pair of gills to breathe underwater, a dorsal fin to cut through the water, pectoral fins on the side of the shark to move side to side, a tail to help the shark move forward, and of course, the teeth. Each species of shark has different teeth based on what it eats, but all sharks will keep growing rows upon rows of new teeth as they lose the old ones. Boy, if I were a shark, I'd make a fortune off of the tooth fairy. I suppose it's difficult to put a bunch of your teeth under a pillow when you live in the ocean. What do you think, Toffee? Toffee doesn't know because he doesn't really have teeth. All right, the last thing we need to draw and cut out is going to be our shark fins. Now, since I am doing this with Chester, we're making a human one and a Chester one, I'm going to take my cardstock and fold it in half. And since this is the strip that the fin is going to come out of, I'm going to measure that first. So I'm just going to make a little mark with my pen right where that strip is. And now I'm going to make a shark fin shape going from this mark I made to this mark that I made. Now that we have our fin shape, I'm going to go ahead and use my scissors to cut around that line. And in order to separate my two shark fins, I'm going to cut the line that I had folded down. So that way Chester and I each get one fin. So here we go. We have two dorsal fins. Now we have to find a way to be able to attach that to that top of that headband piece. So right along the line where we made the marks, we're actually going to fold it. And really push down with the fingers to make sure that line is very defined. And then we're going to fold it the other way. And then we're going to make a cut starting right at the middle of the bottom of the fin, going up to that line that we just folded. And what this will do is this will create a little stand to attach the shark hat onto. Did you know that sharks are considered fish? That's right! Like fish, sharks have gills to help them breathe underwater, and they cannot swim backwards. That's pretty much where the similarities end, as fish do make a tasty meal for a shark. Some sharks are hunters, going after their prey, while others are ambush predators, meaning that they blend into their surroundings and wait for their meal to pass by before striking. Another way sharks can chow down is by bottom feeding. Bottom feeding sharks tend to have small teeth and a mouth completely underneath their head. This allows them to swim along the ocean floor and suck up anything tasty, hence the term bottom feeder. Okay, now we are at the fun part, which is decorating your shark hat. Ooh, I want my shark to have spots on it, like a zebra shark. Wait, Bambi, why do they call it a zebra shark if it has spots? That's a good question, Chester. They are called a zebra shark because when they are babies, they have a stripe-like pattern. And as they grow older, those stripes break apart and become spots. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I want to do that. think of sharks, a giant animal with lots of teeth chopping us up certainly comes to mind. There is a reason why Jaws became so popular after all. However, the idea that sharks eat humans like it's a part of their daily diet is completely false. If a shark gives a bite, it's not to eat, but out of curiosity. They just have the unfortunate case of quenching their curiosity by giving the thing they want to know about a little nibble. The rare occurrence when a full attack does happen is usually because the silhouette of the surfer is similar to the silhouette of a seal, which is a tasty treat for some big sharks. Despite those coincidences, you don't have to fret about a shark coming out of the water to kill you. More humans each year have a higher chance of dying from a vending machine or from a coconut falling on their head compared to a shark attack. I knew that those coconuts were up to no good. Okay, now I'm going to add a bit of dark blue too. I just really like blue. And then I'm going to finish up with some orange because my collar has some orange and my bracelets have orange on it too. Look. This one, the orange one, is from when I went to the San Diego Zoo. I did a video on that. Put up the link to that. And then the blue one is from an escape room I did in Arizona. I got out. I do not have footage of that. Just take my word for it. This dorsal fin reminds me a lot about a sandbar shark. They're also known as a brown shark. So I think I'm going to be giving my shark some accents of brown and a little bit of yellow. The largest shark in the world is the whale shark, measuring at 39 feet long. Despite its massive size, the whale shark only eats small creatures. It's a filter feeder, meaning it swims along with its mouth wide open and collects various krill and shrimp. Anything that is not edible gets caught in the gills, which acts as the filter. In comparison, the smallest shark in the world is the dwarf lantern shark, which only grows up to about 20 centimeters. That's smaller than a human hand. Not much is known about this shark, since it has only been seen a few times at a depth of 1,000 feet below the surface. If that's the highest this shark ever visits, imagine how far down the lantern shark calls its home. Okay, with our 3 shark pieces decorated, the last thing to do is to put everything together. I'm going to take my longest strip here and curl it around for that headband and staple those 2 parts together. Next, I'm going to take the second piece here, and first I'm going to take my dorsal fin and fold the flaps, have one flap go in one direction and the other flap go in the other direction. And then I'm going to put those flaps right across the middle and staple those together. If your dorsal fin flaps stick out a little more, you can trim those once you've attached the pieces. Keep in mind that glue and tape can also work on this. I just find that a stapler makes it a tad bit more secure in comparison. Now we're going to take the top piece with our dorsal fin and fold it right over the headband here and attach the last two pieces together. Oh, and there is one of our shark hats. Woo! I'm a shark! And I'm a shark too. These shark hats turned out really cool. Why is yours all brown and gray? I was trying to be realistic. Why is yours speckled with blue and orange? Because I like blue and orange. Well, there is no wrong way to decorate a shark hat after all. Boo. So, as you can see, making shark hats, super easy, tons of fun, not too much prep work. So, feel free to try it at home and show us the fun shark hat designs you make. If you like this video, make sure to put a paws up and press that like button. And don't forget to comment and subscribe as well for more kooky crafts and gaming and other things that happen on the channel. Sharks really are fascinating creatures, and with so many different species of shark, there's a little bit to know about each and every one. I could spend weeks upon weeks just talking about sharks. However, this video is over for now. So you can always check out and do your own research about sharks. You might find out something you had never thought of before. Until next time! So long, everybody! If you can't beat them, just join them. Great white shark, do 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 do. Great white shark, do 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 do.